They can't stop you from doing this, folks. Until they turn the markets completely off, they shut the show down completely, there is no way they're going to stop you from doing what I'm teaching you. There's no fucking way they can. That's the understanding you get. Once you see what it is I'm teaching you, there's no fucking way that they can stop you from doing this. There's no reason for you to fear it not working in the future. This is how the markets fucking work. How hard is that to understand? Like, this is it. This is the source. This is it. You're going right to where the rubber meets the road. And that's exactly what these folks that tell you not to have monthly goals don't know. They can't stand when I'm out here every single day telling you what's about to happen and happens. They're punching the fucking air. They're flipping the fuck out. They're talking in little circles or little discords in their fucking chat rooms. Oh, ICT's a fucking dick. You know, look at him. He's over here talking this bullshit. He's over here cherry picking. Cherry picking what, motherfucker? I'm putting it out there in public. Everybody sees it. And when you have this skill set, you're going to feel exactly what I feel. And some of you that are weaker and younger, you're going to do the same shit I did when I was 20-some years old. I was the biggest dick, the biggest prick there ever was. And you can hear it sometimes. It's still in me. That young man still likes to raise his head up once in a while. But the old man in me has to remind his ass, sit the hell down. But that humanity in me is still there. But you're going to feel what it feels like to know what you know. And nobody can take it away from you. Nobody can make you forget about it. They can't discount it. They can't say it doesn't work. Who gives a fuck how many people are going to doubt you? Listen, you start making $50,000 a fucking month. How many people will it take for you to be convinced that what you're doing is bullshit? How many people will it take for you to be convinced that you making over 6 figures every 6 fucking months consistently? How many people will it take for them to convince you that what you're doing is a waste of your fucking time? How many people does it take you to do that? There ain't enough. There ain't enough. And you're going to understand you're bulletproof. Who gives a fuck who likes you and doesn't like you? Who cares? Is it going to change how you sleep, where you sleep, how you eat, how you raise your children? No. What you do with your money is your fucking business. You don't owe anybody an explanation what the fuck you're going to do with your money. None. But they're all going to tell you what you should be doing with it, what you shouldn't have done with it. So don't even invite them into the conversation. You got to keep those types of people, which is the public, the social media fucking clowns. They're all going to pretend they know something better, and they ain't bringing shit to the discussion. To let them influence anything in your development is stupid. Look around. There's people making real money, respectable levels of money, and they made it without their own money, which is even more crazy now. And think about it. If I would have had the opportunity to do what you all have today, when I was younger, man alive, I don't even know where the hell I'd be. Like, I don't know. Like, that's like, you are in a period of time where you need to learn how to do this properly and seize this opportunity, because it may not be here long. And don't let that be a rush. Oh, I better learn to do it quicker, and I'm going to do it fast now because I can't trust. Now, ICT even thinks it's going to go away. It's just my opinion. My opinion is just that. It's not, it's not how things are going to pan out. That's how I interpret it. Do you have time to do it? Yeah, I think you do. There's a lot more people out there losing money and having to reset their account. That's how they make their money. But I'm really interested to test that fucking shit and make more profitable students and see what company I can shut the fuck down. I was literally telling Caleb the other day, I said, you know what? It would be fucking great if I could get into one of these companies, but not let them know it's me. Like, I don't want to be known, because right away, it's going to be like, oh shit, ICT's here. They'll let me in the door because they want to copy everything I'm doing. But I want to go in under the radar, right? And this is what I was telling my son. I said, I go under the radar, go in there, make a little bit the first month, shit myself the second, third month, bring it down, do like a 50% drawdown, and then creep back up, and then go up, $250,000, $300,000, and then lose half of it, because that way they feel like, okay, they're gonna blow their account. Just give them time, and then run that bitch up to like $3 million and see if they'll pay out. Like, honestly, like, I don't know if they could do that. Could they cash that check? Because honestly, that's exactly what I was telling Kayla the other day. I was like, I'm tempted to do that shit in 2024, just under the radar, just like, try it. I'm just watching. I don't know much about the prop firms and shit like that, but that's exactly what I've been contemplating. Because once I'm done teaching, I'm going to be doing my own personal shit. But it doesn't mean I'm disappearing off the fucking planet. I'm going to still be on YouTube and doing stuff, just not to the degree and level you're seeing now. But I have a lot of things I want to look into, and that's one of the things I've contemplated doing. But I think I've covered pretty much everything here. Got to go through my notes real quick here. Yeah, I think I covered everything I want to talk about. So in short and in closing, I didn't think I was going to be this long, to be honest with you, but I'm feeling better. I'm glad. Thank you for your concerns and your sentiments shared. You need to have a goal, and that goal needs to be realistic. Notice I did not say 50% a month. I didn't say 30% a month. I didn't say 20% a month. I think the upper echelon of consistently profitable and realistic rate of return per month is 10%. As you get higher up in your money, you start using big sizes and large account balances and such, you don't want to increase the rate of return on a short-term duration, like a month. You don't want that. As you make more money, you want to gradually reduce the level of what you're aiming for, which makes your job easy. You don't ever want to create Olympic size, feats that you have to accomplish. Okay, let me give you an example. The Robbins Cup. Everybody hears me talk about this stuff, and this is why I tell everybody that if they have shit to talk, go over there and do it. I'm gonna see you do that. Okay, and they don't ever do it. That's a real competition. It's got real traders in it. A lot of names keep popping up every single year. They may or may not win it, but they place, and I have a lot of respect for that. Every single one of those individuals that start that competition, and here's an experience for you to watch going forward for this year. They haven't updated anything for 2023's results yet. So I'm not sure, when they'll put it up, but the first time they post it, I look at it every single day. And I love studying it throughout the year, because you can see the same the faces that show up initially in the first month or so, they fade in and out. Sometimes you never see them again. Sometimes they'll fall off and they'll come back. Some of them will fall off and come back, and then get really high up there because they're pushing harder than they need to. And everybody, I'm sure, when they first sign up, they just want to win it. And then something happens when they get in there. They feel like they got to do more and more and more and more and more. When really they should be just doing what I'm showing you here. Doing something consistently over again, and stopping. And if you watch how if they draw down, their drawdowns are going to be huge, because they're doing everything I said in this discussion tonight. When they have a losing trade, they're trying to correct it right away. They want to put an eraser on that mess up, trying to keep the level of performance at its highest. That's unsustainable. That part of trading is unsustainable. Nobody can sustain highest equity amounts. I have drawdown. Everybody's going to have drawdown. Okay. If you're going to be trading competitively this year, the worst thing you can do is to believe that you can hold on to your highest threshold of performance. That's the pitfall. That's the trap. Okay. Every other trader in that competition and any other competition like it is going to be balls to the wall, always going in there, trying to do the best they can and trying to fix any errors as soon as they have it. That's where you do it differently. If you get knocked down, stay down for the day. Everybody else is going to be having those same things happening to them. That losing trade, that drawdown, that one trade turns into 3 losing trades, and now you're down 5%, 10%. That's completely avoidable. Going to full max loss days, that's completely avoidable. You're not impressing anybody by doing that. In fact, you're doing the opposite. You're showcasing a lack of discipline, and you're showcasing complete recklessness. And if you're trying to be a champion trader, you're trying to be a championship contest winning trader, your goal is to preserve capital first, because the understanding is everybody else is going to shit the bed eventually. That's what happens. You all hear me talk about it, and everybody's like, why does he always talk about it? Because it's amazing to study the psychology behind it. Like you leave this as a beautiful illustration of what goes on through a trader's mind. I respect every single one of those individuals that go into that, because they're doing it and they're wrestling themselves. That's who's beating them. The other trader that wins the competition, they didn't beat them. They lost to themselves, because every single one of those individuals could win. But how do they deal with losing? It's bad enough if you take a losing trade, and that sucks. It's not fun. But when you lose and you go back in, you try to fix it and you lose again, and it's worse. And now here's the thing. If they see your name on there and they can see how much damage you've done to yourself, the worst thing that can happen is your name show up and then you fall off and never to be seen again. That's shameful as a trader that's, seeking clout or talking shit on the internet. That's something that no trader wants to feel that. So they're going to try to do what? Race to the top of the mountain, be the first one there, and then they'll take whatever comes after that. And what happens is they'll get up there for whatever reason that gets them to the highest point on that competition leaderboard, and then they'll see somebody coming up quick, and they might be over leveraging like a nut and getting lucky and being boom 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 and big name movement in the leaderboard, and they think, oh shit, this person's going to lap me, I better start putting some work behind them, and getting in there, doing more trades and do more leverage, and don't use a stop loss because I can't afford to get stopped out. And they start abandoning sound logic, not realizing that if you look at what goes on in that competition, very rarely does anybody come out the gate consistently, not have a lot of drawdown, and just keep chipping away, moving up and up and up and up and up. Nobody does that. There's never been a year, and I've watched it since 1996, every year. And it's such a fascinating study of human psychology. Like, you got to put yourself in these positions that these folks are feeling the pressure of the people underneath them. And sometimes hot shots come in there. And I've watched a couple of them come in, and I'm like, damn, he's up 500% in one day, and then they're gone. Never seen again. But 500%, that's nuts. Like, that's a lot in one day. Come out like that, boom, boom, boom. I'm about to butcher this guy's name probably, but I apologize if I did. Kevin Stufflebeam. He was doing really good like a year ago, and he had the second highest rate of return on the Robbins Cup. And I was tweeting at the time, I was like, hey, look, if you just would just stop, like just stop, don't do anything more. Like, you have it. Like, you're the second. The only person above him was Larry Williams. Now, there's a huge chasm difference between 11,000% and 1,400%, or just underneath it. That's it. You're the second highest one, and just sit back and watch everybody break themselves trying to get to you. That would be fun. And I would enjoy seeing that, because I'd be there laughing with them. Like, I'm watching people come up, they get real close to them, and then they try to pass them, and they break themselves down. They're down 30, 40, 50%, 100%, 200%. And They fall off and they come back again. It's a fascinating, it's like watching, that's NASCAR for me. Okay. And that's why I like that competition. That's why I always talk about it. And some of you just think I have this morbid curiosity, like I'm in it every year. I've never, ever joined it every single year. I've never done it. 2017 was the only time I got into it. And if you want to believe that I've done it every single year, all you have to do is contact Robbins and say, hey, look, I want to see the results for Michael Huddleston's Robbins returns for this year. And was there money deposited on those accounts? You're going to have a record of me registering in 2018, 2019, but there is in 2020, because talking options lady, she said she was going to do something. I said, okay, I'm registered, and there it is. And a couple other clowns in the other years. But once I registered, they never stepped forward and funded the account. So I'm not going to fund an account. If they're not going to be in it, there's no point of me being in it. But in 2017, and I've said this before, but I like to put it out there because I know there's people out there talking shit and it ain't real. But I put $5,000 in the forex division and hooked up a MyFX book to it and everything. And I was being contacted and told that, hey, look, MyFX book is going to link trade copier service to it, and they're going to sell your shit at signals. They're going to make money off you. Oh man, that was the worst thing you could have ever told me. Like, it's exactly what I was like, what the fuck you. So I said, watch this. Boom, boom, boom. And I shit the fucking account real quick. Boom. And I talk shit right on. And you can still see it on the MyFX. What is it? Their website or whatever. I was saying, you're my bitches now. Fuck all you. And the trolls will say, I'm saying that about my student. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the people that were linking that shit up. I'm not letting anybody copy my stuff and sell it. No. So that's the storyline everybody runs with, that wants to talk shit about me. But nobody's actually going in that Robbins Cup and doing shit about it. You know, it was supposed to be somebody this year, just passed, and never happened. And somebody's supposed to be in there now waiting, but I ain't seen their full registration or full account number, because one account has to be done. One account number. There it is. It's simple. I'm going to do what I just told you here. I don't need to be Larry Williams. I just need to be number one. And I can do number one easy as shit. What's so hard about it? Nothing. It's just air and opportunity between us. That's it. Let's go. But talking about it, we're past all that stuff. Making videos and memes about it, we're past all that. Let's just do it. Let's go. We got a whole year ahead of us. I ain't afraid. I'm not afraid. In fact, I'm actually looking forward to it. I have a lot of fun about doing it. I wouldn't even talk shit about it. I just do it. I don't know why everybody makes a big deal about the things I'm teaching you, because it works. It works. It can change your life. And you don't need to believe the bullshit that people say. All you gotta do is spend time with me and watch, and you'll see it works. But it's going to be painful and expensive, because it's going to cause you to do what? You're going to have to let go of the bullshit that you think that makes these markets go up and down. And you're going to have to deal with the repercussions of everybody saying you're in a cult. You're one of those ICT cultists. You think there's an algorithm. You think this, okay. If you think winning consistently, knowing what the market's likely to do better than anybody else is a cult, okay, I'm in a cult. Whatever. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it winning. Okay. I call it doing it correctly and not having any issues about it. No anxiety attacks about why my system is probably going to fall apart. What settings do I have? What indicators do I have to have? All those problems that traders bring into this equation go away when you take all the bullshit out of it. It's just the price. And if you know that these certain things repeat every single day, a stop hunt will occur every fucking day. That's one of the exercises I'm going to put you through this year, starting in February. I'm going to tell you to go through your charts and annotate every single time on a 1 and 5 minute chart how many times a stop run occurred and where it was and what time it occurred. That's a study in itself. By doing that, that's a back testing study.